Oh my God, there's a mouse. There's a mouse. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Auto Alex V2 channel. Now today is an extremely special episode because we are in America and we have a very, very special car. We've got a Dodge Challenger. This is a 2024 Dodge Challenger facelift GT. I couldn't get a V8, but do you know what? I don't care. I really like it. I love the way it looks and I'm gonna give you a little walk around as to what this car is like, and we're gonna take it on an American road trip today and we're gonna see what it's like to live with. So come with us while we have a look at this awesome bit of kit. So we start off with the exterior. I absolutely love the way this thing looks. It's got a bonnet bulge, a bonnet scoop. It's got this big opening at the front with 4 headlights, a massive front splitter. It is fantastically aggressive. It's a proper American muscle car. Looking down the side, it's got really, really cool lines. It's got this big hump here, which arcs back to the original 1970s Dodge Challenger, and this very cool chrome fuel cap, which is also from a 1970s Dodge Challenger. There's a lot of cars out there today that are remakes of old cars, like the new Ford Capri. It's really easy to cock it up in my eyes. Some of them, they're not very good. They're terrible replicas of old cars. This one, I think they got it bang on. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. It looks mean. It looks the business. Looking in here, we don't have leather. It's fine, don't judge me. All right, it's a low spec car. We've got cloth, but it is really nice. It's also really nice to sit in and it doesn't burn your ass when you get in it. When you do sit in it, it's actually a really nice place to be. It's not full of cheap plastics and scratchy stuff. The dials are great. It's got a nice little virtual bit in the middle. The buttons are all really nice. Gear knob's really nice. All the climate control buttons are nice. It's all where it should be, which is, I think, a bit rare for an American car because they're notoriously poor inside and they're notoriously poorly made. The build quality of these of yesteryear was terrible, but I do think they've really stepped up their game. So, price-wise, what do we think of this American muscle car? You're probably thinking 100 grand, 90 grand, something ridiculous. Well, you can pick this up for an absolute bargain. This car base spec starts at £26,000. This in its current spec is £29,000. And if you want a Hellcat supercharged, top of the range, Larry, 700 brake horsepower, whatever it is £50,000. So you could have this or a Ford Fiesta in the UK. So how much do you think we paid for this one? Well, funny story, we've rented it for £37 for the day. So this thing, this or lunch? So what is our plan for this car, you may ask? What we're gonna do today is drive it up the road to the Hoover Dam. As you can see behind me, there are some amazing views. We're gonna go and see the Hoover Dam, which is something I've always wanted to do. And then we're gonna go out in the Nevada desert and see a ghost town. So we're gonna take this car on a proper American road trip for the day and see what it's actually like to live with. So join us on this amazing adventure. Come on, Rory.
But before that, a reminder from me as ever that if you want to buy yourself a used car, van or motorbike, run a car vertical report on it first to ensure it's not being crashed, stolen or clocked. If we take a look at the car vertical report for my new to me Alpha 156 GTA that you will see very, very soon, you can see green ticks for odometer, finance and damage that tells me and you that this car does not have a dodgy past. And now to give you guys an example of a bad car vertical report, here is an Aston Martin Vantage that has green ticks for odometer and finance, but an amber warning for damage. And if we scroll down a little bit, you can see damage pictures. Immediately I can see that the alloy wheel has been clouted very, very badly. There seems to be loads of stones and stuff. The interior looks okay though, no airbags have gone off. And then I can see immediately that this side looks okay, but the other side looks to have been clouted quite badly. So that's maybe spun off into a central reservation, for example. And if we scroll down a little bit further, you can see that yes, in February of 2018, this was recorded as a Category S write-off. So even though it may have been repaired and then later sold as a clean title car, you know because of Car Vertical, because you ran the numbers, that that's a lie. So again, don't get stung when buying a used car, van or motorbike. Always run a Car Vertical report on it first. What's more, you will get a massive 30% off in Car Vertical's Cyber Monday sale using the code CM. Thanks, Car Vertical.
I'm really excited. I've always wanted to go to the Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
I've actually watched documentaries about it, believe it or not. It said that it was really big
Okay.
and that there's lots of concrete, and I quite like concrete.
Did they say it was real big?
Oh, it's real big.
Oh boy, I've never seen something so big in all my life, and I've been to Texas, mate.
And if there's one thing the Americans are good at, it's big.
Okay, so it's one way, so we gotta go that way to then go that way.
Jesus Christ. The weirdest thing about driving on this side of the road is the gear lever. It's lucky that this car's not a manual, because I'd be going in all sorts of gears.
See, I don't find it too bad going in a manual on a right-hand drive.
Do you not?
Left-hand drive.
Do you not?
No.
I find it very strange. So here we go. First signs of the Hoover Dam, baby.
Yeah, boy.
I think this is it. Hoover Dam. I have always wanted to see this. The only thing I will say is security checkpoint. If they see these, they might check for a drone.
All right, well, let's take these down, and then they won't check us.
And then they won't arrest us.
From NBC News, this is Today.
In a bizarre turn of events, a man and his pet hamster found themselves in hot water after flying a drone in restricted airspace. Authorities say the duo was spotted soaring above a no-fly zone. Witnesses reported seeing the drone performing loops and dives, while the hamster, snug in its little harness, seemed to enjoy the ride. The man claimed he was just trying to capture some epic footage for his YouTube channel, but officials weren't amused. Now, they face charges that could ground their aerial adventures for good.
Right, so we're coming up to the Hoover Dam. Look at all these power lines everywhere, Rory. That's a lot of electricity. Oh, I can see the Hoover Dam.
I can't see it.
Look at this bridge. Oh my God, look at this bridge.
America just does everything bigger,
Yes.
doesn't it? Like, everything is just big.
Rory, we're driving on the Hoover Dam. This is amazing. I like that the water level was higher and you can see the literal line on the rock over there.
Oh God, you can, can't you? Yeah.
Yeah. Not only have we just driven across the Hoover Dam, but we've driven across the Hoover Dam in a Dodge Challenger.
A box spec.
But it's a Dodge Challenger,
It's a
I
it's
don't
a box
care.
spec,
I
right?
don't care.
I don't know if you can even class it as a muscle car because it hasn't got a V8. in it.
Shut up. Of course it is. It's got a bonnet bulge.
No.
No, it's a bonnet bulge.
But it hasn't got a V8.
It doesn't matter. Should we get out and have a look?
All right, let's have a look.
Let's have a little look. We got to have a look. So, fun facts about the Hoover Dam. It was built in the 1930s. During World War II, the Nazis planned to blow it up, but obviously didn't succeed because it's still here. It was made with 4.4 million cubic yards of concrete, which is a lot, and it produces over 4.5 billion kilowatt hours of electricity per year, which is enough to power Las Vegas. So as it turns out, Las Vegas is actually quite an eco-friendly city, and I knew all of that from the knowledge of my brain. Another fun fact is that over 100 people died making that Hoover Dam, which is extraordinary. And we actually drove over this bridge the other day and had no idea that any of this was here because it was dark. But when you look at it from this size, you really can appreciate how big the Hoover Dam is. So Rory,
Yeah?
the Hoover Dam has been amazing, but what are your thoughts on the Challenger?
Do you know what? Value for money wise, like if it's between this or a Dacia Sandero is the realistic option, like with price point or something like that, or even a Fiesta. Why would you be picking this every day of the week if it was in the UK?
We would, obviously, because we're car enthusiasts and we like interesting stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not the fastest thing in the world. It does only have a V6, but I think American cars have really, really stepped up in the last few years. The gearbox in this is really nice. It's not actually slow.
No.
It's quite pokey, isn't it?
And it drives quite nice. Like the ride's good. The actual handling is like seems all right.
Yeah, look, the steering feels really sharp. It feels really connected, really direct. As a car, it's actually really good. I'm really, really impressed with this. Equipment levels are quite nice. It doesn't have Apple CarPlay. It doesn't have Apple CarPlay.
It doesn't have Apple CarPlay.
Sorry, I'm hungry. It doesn't have Apple CarPlay, but it does have a big bonnet bulge. It makes up for it in that department.
But it doesn't have a V8 under the big bonnet bulge.
It doesn't, but do you know what? For value for money, I don't think it matters.
If it was a choice between buying a new one of these or buying a used one that had a V8 in for just a slight bit cheaper, what would you be doing?
It really depends what the used one looks like, because first gen ones of these look really dated now, and this looks amazing.
See, I think I'd still go with a first gen Hemi over a V6.
I think I'd have to drive both to see what they're actually like. But do you know what? This car, I'm really, really impressed with it. This is what America is all about. Ribs, cheese, and ribs. So we have arrived at Nelson Ghost Town in Nevada, and what an amazing place.
Yeah.
We haven't really looked around it yet, but looking around, it is incredible. So the story goes, it's an old mining town, belongs to an old couple, and they just buy loads of random stuff and put it all here and make it look really period correct and really, really cool. And there is some amazing stuff here. So should we go and have a look around?
Let's go have a little look.
So the first thing I spotted is this really cool Chevy pickup truck. And just look at it, look at the patina on it. Oh my God, look at all this stuff. I am genuinely shocked by this. It's like a water tower, but I'm assuming it was filled with beer because it says Ham's Beer on it. And this, which I think is a Ford Model A or Model T, I'm not sure, with a tank on the back, which I'm assuming would have been full of beer. And it looks like it's been sat outside for its entire life, which is about 101 years, and it's still not as rusty as my Mini was. And then walking here, we've got this gorgeous Dodge pickup truck and an iconic American pink Cadillac with the big fins on the back. I think I have found Alex's American wet dream. The Cadillac has a trailer which has got a little wood effect. It's a miniature house on wheels.
It's just like his E46 trailer.
It's just like his E46 trailer, but American.
I think it might need a bit of tuning.
It's got wood. Oh my God, there's a mouse! There's a mouse! Da, 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 da. It's my piano, Camp & Co. There are two aeroplanes here. I've seen it all. It's got bullet holes in it. This has had quite a bad day, this plane. This one's slightly worse though, I'd say. Right, so these guys are now closing up and want to go home, so just about sums up our trip, doesn't it, Rory?
It does. This has been a great little day trip out, actually. If you're in Las Vegas, this is a good route to take, I would say.
It has. It's been an adventure, that's for sure. If you do get the opportunity to go to America, I highly recommend it because it is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's been made even better by our Dodge Challenger, which I've really, really enjoyed today. Yeah. It's been a treat, so yeah.
Should have been a V8, but apart from that.
Leave it. But yeah, that just about sums up this episode. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this episode as much as we did making it, don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.